I turned my head to look at my pregnant wife, and suddenly felt something was wrong. I quickly told my wife to sit tight, but before she could react, the SUV behind us suddenly accelerated, and after getting alongside our car, it forcefully forced us off the road. Luckily I, before losing control, steered hard to drift and brought the car to a steady stop. Watching that SUV disappear ahead, my wife and I were terrified out of our wits, but luckily, both of us were completely unharmed. After calming down, we did not think much of it, and continued our journey, but because the location was remote, I worried my wife's body could not handle it, so I suggested finding a motel to rest for the night. However, when I came to the front desk to check in, the motel owner stared at my wife with a very creepy gaze, and even bluntly told me that my wife's body was really attractive. Facing the owner's verbal offense toward my wife, I ultimately chose to swallow my anger, because within 20 kilometers, this was the only motel, and my only thought at that time was to let my wife get a good night's rest, so I had no choice but to stay overnight here. Due to the accident in the day and the long journey, my exhausted wife quickly fell asleep, but starving I had no sleepiness at all, so I left a note for my wife, and went out alone to find food. When leaving the motel, I saw the owner sitting on a chair, watching TV and checking his watch from time to time, seeming to wait for someone to appear. However, I did not think much of it, and drove off alone. I went to a nearby restaurant, only to find that all the restaurants were already closed. With no choice, I had to return to the motel, but when I pulled out my room key to open the door, I found the door was actually open. Realizing something was wrong, I quickly turned on the light, only to find my wife, who was sleeping on the bed, was actually gone. I instantly panicked immediately, because I knew my wife would never wander alone in a strange place, wandering around, so I rushed to the front desk for help, but strangely, the front desk door was locked, and the motel owner was nowhere to be seen.